Hey everyone, and welcome back to Trailer Park! We took a little bit of a break, thought about some things, watched a lot of media. Turns out Cowboy Bebop's coming back. What? I am so excited for this. I had no idea this was going on, which makes me an extremely remiss manga and anime fan. So I'm ready. We're here. We're back. I've got my space buns on. I don't know if you can see them, but they are very cute. Three, two, one.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Shut up, Don. You're so good. Wow. Oh, beat. Oh, 19th of November? It's coming that soon? Initial reactions. Okay, first of all, that... Oh. That hits such a deep part of my soul. The fact that it, the iconic jazz opening, love that everything the exact same. It's almost like they just put in the photos of folks into where they were before. Obviously some changes in what they showed and some of the design, but on the whole, beat for beat recreation. I'm so excited to see everyone. John Cho as Spike Siegel is such a good look. Oh my god. Such diverse casting in the most correct way possible. Wow, I am so jazzed for this. Oh, and it's coming so soon. In theory, IATSE just announced a strike today, so we'll have to wait and see if it does come out on time. Since they're in post, it seems like anyway, it should be good to still come out, but TBD. I'm just riding on the thrill of hearing that for the first time in so long. There's just so much good anime and manga out there that, even a series that's iconic and dear to my heart is Cowboy Bebop, I haven't touched in a long time. So seeing that this was coming to Netflix as a live action with the cast that it has, I was thrilled. And then seeing this opening sequence as the trailer for it, first of all, inspired, even if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. If you've watched any of, for example, of the Mother's Basement review videos, rankings from any number of anime YouTubers about, top most iconic anime or best openings, this is always up there, top 10, if not top 5. For me, top 3 for sure. It was such a smart marketing move to use the opening sequence as the trailer because it gives us a chance to know that they clearly seem to be dedicated to doing one-to-one callbacks from the original show, as well as having the perfect opportunity to introduce us to their cast in a way that doesn't seem ham-fisted or cheesy. And so I'm absolutely thrilled. And oh my god, the Ein reveal at the end. We have a lot of deep diving to do since apparently this is coming in 6 weeks. Lordy. Okay, we're gonna wrap this little reaction up, and I will see you in just a couple seconds with a bit of a breakdown and a review of this trailer. We'll be back. Before I get into this analysis, I wanted to take a moment and say thank you so much for your wonderful support for this channel. We are so excited. We did have to take a little break from making videos to focus on some other projects, and we had a little vacation. We love reading all of your comments, seeing people interact. So if you have something you want to say, go ahead, write it down. If you like the video, hit the like button. And if you weren't one of our 10 new wonderful subscribers, hi friends, why aren't you yet? Go ahead, click the subscribe button, ring the bell. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Cowboy Bebop is one of the most well-known properties from the great culture transfer of the 1990s and early aughts that brought the hottest Japanese IPs to American shores. I'm talking Pokemon, I'm talking Hunter x Hunter, Inuyasha, Digimon, Naruto, and of course, Sailor Moon. This anime is self-described as a neo-noir science fiction that delves into the themes of loneliness, the inability to escape one's past, and really, it wouldn't be neo-noir without that overwhelming sense of ennui. Whether you watched the original 1998 Japanese anime, have read the manga it was adapted into, or got hooked when it was released on Adult Swim in the US in 2001, Cowboy Bebop is an ensemble piece that doesn't shy away from the hard stuff and the big questions. Namely, how in love can we make the audience with every single character? And are corgis even cuter in space? Yes, of course they are. Why is that even a question? We all know. This adaptation has been in the works for over 5 years, with a bunch of different stops and starts along the way. The production shut down due to a cast injury in late 2019. John Cho hurt his knee, and they were like, we would rather just not do anything until you are fully healed, which is, you know, really good production quality. And they finally got back on track in the spring of 2020 when luckily, the good Kiwis of New Zealand approved work to continue after only 5 months of lockdown. So you can rest assured that this was filmed in the safest country on the planet. Thanks, Jacinda. If you're already a fan of Cowboy Bebop and you were looking at that trailer, figuring out who's who, looking at casting lists and saying, wait a minute, where's our favorite wacky redhead? Well, never fear. The actor for Ed just hasn't been announced. Maybe they're holding on to Ed as a surprise for the penultimate episode of the season. In the meantime, we have been blessed with John Cho, Mustafa Ali, and Daniela Pineda as our main trio, and I'm so excited to see them take on these iconic roles. And blessedly, each episode is scheduled to be an hour long, so we'll really get the chance to dive into things, and there will be 0 excuses for cutting material, Netflix. 0 excuses. But you're not here to hear about stuff that you can read on Wikipedia. You're here for the analysis, so... we're gonna need to move some of this around. Actually, Nick, do you mind? Thank you. Let's start with title this time. Can you imagine the outcry if they went to adapt this very well-known piece and said, I don't know, let's do something else? What would they even change it to? Firefly? Getting into the cinematography, as I mentioned in my initial reaction, this is almost, but not entirely, beat for beat the original opening credits of Cowboy Bebop. You can see a clean side-by-side of the two in this video by this guy. And you can see the continued use of mixing drawings and live action shots, in addition to keeping and even expanding the use of text as interactive. It's a brilliant homage to the original credits, while embracing a new vision and introducing us to almost everybody in this first season cast. We get shots of villains, we get shots of allies, and one of the things I love the most about this trailer, both the original and how it's been expanded on in this Netflix version, is the use of character gesture and tableaus. You know, we're really given the chance to get to know each character with a head nod, pulling a knife, small things that tell us so much about the personality of each character. It's really wonderful, especially when there are so many cast members that we are trying to get introduced to all in one go. Again, the use of gesture and tableau was used in the original credits, but because we're introducing all of this large ensemble cast and there are no character names listed, which I will talk about later, the need to introduce a sense of who all these characters are through gesture and tableau gives us these wonderful moments of really, really tight shots on character faces or their hands. Of course, I love the bringing back the use of the dancing hands towards the end. Okay, do you see who this person was? Yes? Okay, before moving on. I do also want to have a moment. They didn't use this in the original credits at all. It's nowhere in there. I adore this shot of Elena Satine as Julia. This wonderful, have you ever seen anything so blatantly graphic noir novel? You have the bars of negative space acting, you know, like the slanted blinds as the dame looks out the window and laments over her lost love. I don't know why that we ended up in the antebellum South there. I real apologize. But, you know, she's looking out there. She's real sad about it. It's great. We even got the one tear rolling down. Moving into tone. We clearly get that this is futuristic. We've got some James Bond vibes with the cool guns, plus some spaceships. It's looking really good. We have these wonderful pop art colors, hand-drawn graphic novel style art, which tells us it's going to be fun. It's going to be gritty. It's action-packed. It is, of course, impossible to talk about the tone of this trailer without talking about the music. This song is called Tank, composed by Yoko Kanno and originally performed by the Seatbelts. It is one of the most pervasive pieces of music to come out of anime, out of the whole genre, but particularly from that time period. This, the polka rap, and the original Pokemon theme song, and maybe if you were a real cool kid, Pokemon Johto. But really, this one is just phenomenal. Yoko notes that her inspirations for scoring the whole of Cowboy Bebop, and she has been brought back to do the whole of this version of Cowboy Bebop, is Western, jazz, and opera. What a combo pack. Like, look at what we're being set up for. The brass sections and the sax tells us that this is going to be fun, while the rhythms really put us in the mode of action, keeping us engaged, and letting us know that the show itself is going to be pretty fast-paced. It juxtaposes beautifully with the relatively static images on screen. Here we find ourselves at pacing. The editing is perfectly complementary to the music. The smooth sliding transitions, that keeps things moving right along, while the static camera shots and use of freeze frames give us ample time to actually process what we are seeing. You know, and so all put together, you have one of the best opening credits I have ever seen in my life. Again, this is an opening credits sequence. Netflix officially doesn't even list it as the trailer. They say opening credits sequence. It relies more on insinuation and inference to figure things out. As I mentioned in my initial reaction, the fact that they stick so closely to the original opening credits sequence means that they will be doing their darndest to make a very close to form adaptation. We also get to see costuming choices and casting choices, all things done to appease longtime fans and calm their nerves, especially given Netflix's recent round of adaptations. Yeah, we're a little suspicious. The problem being, if you've never seen Cowboy Bebop before, or have never even heard of it before, while you do get a lot from the wonderful art that is these opening credits, you might be excited, but you also have no idea who any of this huge cast is. They are really leaning on the nostalgia market to sell this, at least for the initial push, and then hoping that that will rope in newcomers. Externally, this anime's been out for over 20 years, which makes me feel pretty old. But that being said, you can watch it on Hulu Plus or on your favorite alternative website. Hype factor, right? This is what I feel about the trailer. If you couldn't already tell, I am going to be glued to my couch that weekend in November. I will not be moving. I will not be answering my phone. I'm sorry, you won't hear from me that weekend. This is Christmas come early for me personally, and considering this year has been full of strife and tumultuousness, I want to go see some of my favorite characters go bang and zoom and heavy sigh. Again, I have my own fair amount of skepticism around this, considering what they did to Winx. But maybe they figured that starting with something that's already dark and gritty means they won't have to try as hard. Let's get to popcorn ability, because it's the best part. Is this trailer doing its job? Yes. This is going to get butts in seats. Again, it was one of the smartest marketing moves they could have done to use the opening credits as the trailer. Very well done. If not to start, it will certainly get folks in through the end of the year, because Netflix, not everyone has 10 hours to sit and watch a show, nor the inclination. I'm too wiggly for that. But I'll do my best. I'll do it for this. I give this trailer 5 out of 5 astronaut corgis. Hey everyone, thanks again for joining us for another trailer park. I am glad we're back to our regular format, though you will see more RVs from us as well. If there is something that makes you really jazzed about seeing Cowboy Bebop come back, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Would love for you to join us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It helps our channel, and as well as ringing the bell. We are just so thrilled to be making these videos for you all and really getting into the art we see every day. Thank you again, and this has been a review of Firefly Hits Up a Jazz Club in the 50s. Goodbye!